All right, we're going to do online TSI 133, problems 101 to 133, part 6. Ready to start? Ready, guys? Let's go. All right, so I'm going to do x minus 2y equals 4, x minus 2y equals 5. To solve this, what I'm going to do is multiply this one by negative 1, all the way across, and this one by 1 and 1. So now this is going to be negative 1x plus 2y, negative 4, and the other side is going to be 1x minus 2y equals 5. Notice that when you add them straight down, you have 0 plus 0 equals 1. So 0 is not equal to 1, so that means that this system of equation has no solution because they are parallel lines. All right, next one. Graph the linear equation y equals negative 2x plus 8. Try x equals 0 in there first. 0 times that is 0, plus 8 is 8. Try 1 in there. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 8 is 6. So now we have 0, 8, 1, and 6. If you put them on the graph and draw them, you're going to have 0 up 8, right there, and 1 up 6. So 0 and up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 up 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then draw the line. All right. Graph the quadratic equation y equals x squared minus 4. Let's try some numbers. Try negative 2. Negative 2 squared is negative 2 to negative 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. That's it. Next one, try negative 1 in there. Negative 1 squared, negative 1 to negative 1 is 1. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. Try 0 in there. 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 4, negative 4. Try 1. 1 squared. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 minus 4, minus 3. And the last one, try 2. 2 squared. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So now we have all these ordered pairs here, and we just put them in the graph and connect them. Ready? So we have negative 2 and 0. 1, 2, 0. We have negative 1 and negative 3. We have 0 and negative 4. We have 1 and negative 3. And then we have 2 and 0. And then connect the dots. There's our parabola, quadratic equation. The graph. Okay. Graph the absolute value equation. So let's put some numbers in there. Try it, negative 2 in there. Absolute value of negative 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Try negative 1. Absolute value of negative 1 is 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Try 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0. 0 minus 2, negative 2. Try 1 in there. Absolute value of 1 is 1. 1 minus 2, negative 1. One more. Try 2 in there. So we have the absolute value of 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So we have all these points. Put in the graph. Negative 2, 0. 1, 2. And then negative 1, negative 1. And then 0 and negative 2. 1 and negative 1, and then you have 2 and 0, and then connect the dots. There's our graph as the absolute value equation. Simplify this. So we're going to simplify this, so let's do the prime numbers. Prime numbers are, let's see, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, keep going. So let's start with the 9. 3 divides 9, 3. 3 divides 3, 1, so 9 is 3 times 3. 8. 2 divides 8, 4. 2 divides 4, 2. 2 divides 2, 1. 8 is 2, 2, 2. So replace these numbers back in here in the original problem. So now we have 2x over 3y, and this is going to be 3 times 3 is 9 and y. 2, 2, 2 is 8. X and x is x squared. And we can cancel 3, 3, 2, 2, y and y, x and x. We still have left over 3 over 2 times 2 times x, or we write it as 3 over 4x. All right, go to the next one. Solve the equation. X cubed plus 6x squared plus 8x equals 0. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and factor this. Take an x out from this. So that, take an x out. So x times x cubed, that's 6x squared, that's 8x. Now this right here, 8 is going to be 2, 1. Let's see, 2, 4 and 8, 1. Let's go with 2, 4. So 2 times 4 is 8, yes. 4x and 2x is 6x, yes. X and x, x squared. So that's right. So x times x plus 2 times x plus 4 is this one. Set x equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0, or x plus 4 equals 0. So now we're going to work it out from there. We have, that's done, x equals 0. Minus 2, x is negative 2. minus 4, x is negative 4. So the answer is going to be 0, a negative 2, and a negative 4. Solve for k. Again, let's look at the prime numbers. There they are. Let's do this first. 4q means 444. 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. Now 64, I'm going to use the prime numbers. 2 divides 64, 32. 2 divides 32, 16. 2 divides 16, 8. 2 divides 8, 4. 2 divides 4, 2. And 2 divides 2 one time. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 64 is 6 of these, or 64 is 2 to the power of 6. Now we're going to go ahead and replace it. We have 2 to the 6, which is 64, equals 2 to the k. Notice that 2 and 2 are the same. The base is the same, so we cancel those out. What's left over is 6 has to equal to what? K. Okay. If a box has 5 red, 3 green, and 4 blue jelly beans, then what is the probability of choosing at random a red jelly bean? Okay, red over all of them. Red, how many are there red? There's 5. Over 5 plus 3 plus 4 means all of them. So that's going to be 5 over. Add these numbers, it's going to be 5 over 12. The probability is 5 out of 12 that you're going to get the red. If on a map 1 inch equals 10 miles, then 30 inches equals how many miles? So we write a proportion. 1 over 10 equals 30 over x. Okay, so now let's go from there. Cross multiply. X times 1, 10 times that. So that's going to be 1x, which is going to be x. 10 times 30 is going to be 300, so x is 300. So 30 inches is what? 300 miles on the map. Find for the function f of 1/4. If the function is f of x equals 1 over x plus 3 over x. So there's a function, put a 1/4 in there, substituting for the x, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. There they are, there they are. So 1 is 1 over 1, 3 is 3 over 1, rewrite it. So now we have fraction on top of a fraction. Let's get rid of reciprocal of this. 1 over 1 times 4 over 1 plus 3 over 1 times 4 over 1. The reciprocal of these numbers right here. So now multiply across. That's going to be 4 over 1. That's 4. That's going to be 12 over 1, which is 12. So 4 plus 12 is 16. So the function f of 1/4 is 16. Or as a point or order pair, 1 over 4 and 16. Solve for x if ax minus b over 4a minus 1 equals b. Let's rewrite it first. B over 1. So now I'll cross multiply. 1 times that, and this times this. Cross multiply like that. So 1 times that is ax, and 1 times negative b is negative b. So ax minus b. B times that is 4ab, and that times that is negative b. Now add b to both sides. These are all gone. So we have ax equals 4ab. Now divide both sides by a, divide by a, these are gone, so you have x, these are gone, so you have 4b. So x equals what? 4b. If the side of a square is 3x and the area is 900, then find x. Okay, area is length times width. The length is this times this, so 900 equals 3x times 3x, which is 9x squared. So now we have 900 equals 9x squared, divide by 9, so this is going to be 100 equals x squared. Take the square root of both sides. This is going to be plus or minus 100. Square root of this, so it's going to be square root of 100 is 10. So we have x equals negative 10 or equals 10. But since this is a side, these are positive numbers, so we don't use a negative. Because if you put 10 back in here, 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 10 is 30. 30 times 30 is exactly 900. So the answer is 10. The perimeter of a rectangle is 160 and the width is 30. Then find the area of the rectangle. Find the area. So first, perimeter. Perimeter is 2 lengths, 2 widths for this. We know that perimeter is 160. L we don't know, but this one we do, the width. So put it in at 30. So 160 equals 2L plus 60. Minus 60 minus 60, so that means 2L equals 100. Now divide by 2, divide by 2. So 50 equals L. So now I know the length and I know the width. So the area of this, that's what they want right here. See it right here? Let me underline that so you can see it. This is what they want. So the area is going to be the length times the width. The length is 50 times 30. That's going to be 1,500 or 1,500. Find the function f of 8 if the original function f of x is square root of x over 2. put the numbers in there. There's a function, put the 8 in there. But 8, we're going to fix it. Prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, so on. Divide 2 into 8 is 4, 2 into 4 is 2, 2 into 2 is 1. So 8 is 2, 2, 2, or 8 is 4 times 2. So I'm going to use this one here. So 4 times 2 is the same thing as 8, and that's going to be square root of 4, square root of 2, and square root of 4 is 2, so you have 2 square root of 2 over 2. Notice that the 2's can cancel on the outside. That's 2's cancel, so f of 8 equals what? Square root of 2, or 8 comma square root of 2. Solve the linear equation, 100 equals 80 plus x over 2. So I'm going to go minus 80 both sides. So now what's going to happen? We're going to have 20 equals x over 2. Rewrite this as 20 over 1, x over 2, and do a cross multiply. 2 times that, not times that, cross it like this. 2 times 20 is 40, 1 times that is 1x, so 40 equals x. Solve the linear equation, 60x over 20 equals 18. First thing I noticed, I can divide this number right away. 20 divides 60, 3x. 3x equals 18. And then I noticed I can divide again, divide this by 3 and this by 3. So now what do we have is just x, and this is going to be 6. Yes, divide the second time right there. Simplify this. A to the 6, b to the 7, a to the 2, b to the 9. So now, we're going to subtract the little power from the big power. So there's a 2 and there's a 6, so subtract the 2 from the 6. So a to the 6 minus 2. Bottom one, 7 and 9, so subtract ab to the 9 minus 2. That's going to give you a to the 4, and that's going to give you b to the 2. Subtract the little power from the big powers. Solve the systems of equations. So let's see what we have. We have x plus y and equals 9. 3x plus 4y equals 28. So what I'm going to do this time, the 4, this is the 1. This is the 1 right here. So negative 4 times the top numbers, and 1 times the bottom numbers, because this is the 1. Think like this. This is the 1s right there. See right there? So now what's going to happen? We're going to have negative 4 times in, negative 4x, negative 4y equals negative 36. And this is going to be 3x plus 4y equals 28. Now we can add them straight down. And what's going to happen? We're going to have negative 1x plus 0 equals negative 8. Negative 1x minus equals negative 8. Divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. So x is a positive 8. Negative by negative is positive. Now we can substitute back in here. X plus y is 9. So let's go from there. So 8 plus y, substitute for the x right here. So 8 plus y is this, minus 8, so that means that y must be a 1. So x and y is 8, 1. Solve this quadratic by factoring. So x squared plus 6x minus 16. So numbers are 16, 1, 2, and 8, 4, 4. So we're going to go with a 2 and 8. So does that work? Let's see. Negative 2 times that is negative 16. 8 minus 2 is 6. X and x is x squared. So now we have x minus 2 equals 0. Or we have x plus 8 equals 0. So we have plus 2, so x is 2. Or we have minus 8, so x is negative 8. So x is 2 or x is negative 8. Solve this by factoring. Solve this quadratic by factoring. First of all, let's divide by 2. 2 divides it, 2 divides it. We have x squared minus 6 equals 30. So now I'm going to add 6 to both sides. These are gone, so we have x squared is 36, almost there. Take the square root of this side, take the square root of this side, so x equals plus or minus square root of this is 6. So x equals negative 6, or x equals a positive 6. You can put it back and check it if you want. Solve by factoring. So there's the original problem. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to divide by 2 by 2. So 2 divides this, you have 12x squared plus 7x equals 12. Rewrite it. 12x squared plus 7x minus 12 equals 0. Now I say that this is a setup on this factors into this. These are the possible numbers for 12. The possible number for 12 again, and I chose these right here. Let's see if that works. 4 times negative 3, negative 12, yes. And that's going to be 16 minus 9 is 7, yes. And 4x times 3x is 12x, yes. So this and this are the same. 3x plus 4 equals 0, or 4x minus 3 equals 0. So now from there we're going to have 3x plus 4 minus 4, 3x equals negative 4, divide by 3, so x is negative 4 thirds. Over here, add 3, so you can have 4x equals 3, divide by 4, so x equals negative 4 thirds, or x equals 3 over 4. Solve the linear inequality. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 40 from both sides. So these are gone. 2x is less than x minus 40. Now, rewrite this x as 1x. And now we're going to subtract 1x minus 1x from both sides. So 2x minus 1x is 1x. And that's going to be less than negative 40. And 1x is just 1x. So less than negative 40. And notice how I rewrite this x to this. Okay, notice I put the 1 right there to make it a little bit easier to work with. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Okay, next one. If a big hog weighs 8 pounds more than the little hog, and 3 times the weight of the little hog equals 2 times the weight of the big hog, then find the weight of the little hog. Alright, let x equal the weight of the little hog. And x plus 8 is the weight of the big hog. So this one's more, little, big. So 3 times the weight of the little should be the same thing as 2 times the weight of the big. So 3 times that is 3x. PEMDAS, please excuse my dear insanity. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. So 2 times that is 2x, 2 times that is 16. So now minus 2x, that's going to be 1x equals 16. So or x equals 16. That's the weight of the little hog. Okay. Solve by factoring. So the first thing you need to do is rewrite it. X squared minus x minus 12. And 12, these are possible numbers. But we're going to choose 3, 4. Does that work? Does this work? Let's try it. 3 times negative 4, negative 12. And 3 minus 4 is negative 1, yes. And x times x is x squared. Yep, they match. So x plus 3 equals 0. X minus 4 equals 0. Minus 3 minus 3, so x is negative 3. Or over here, x minus 4, add 4, so x equals negative 3, or x equals 4. Solve by factoring again. Just rewrite it first. Let's bring the 6x to the other side, positive, make it a negative. X squared minus 6x minus 16. From this, I rewrote it to this form. X squared minus 6x minus 16. And then I say possible numbers are there, but we're going to go with 8 too. So is that right? So let's see. 2 times negative 8, negative 16? Yes. And a 2 and a negative 8, is that negative 6? Yes. X and x is x squared? Yep, that's right. It works so far. So x plus 2 equals 0. X minus 8 equals 0. And x plus 2 minus 2 minus 2, so x is negative 2. Or x minus 8, add 8, so x equals 8. So x equals negative 2, x equals negative 2, or x equals positive 8. Solve by factoring. Let's distribute this first. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents multiplied, divide, add, subtract. So x times x squared, x times that, minus 6x equals 7. Now I'll bring the 7 over. Change the sign to a negative 7. Now we have x squared minus 6x minus 7 equals 0. And the possible numbers are 7, 7 times 1. That's it. That's all there is. There's nothing else. So we're going to go, is that work? Let's see. Is that going to work? Let's see. X, 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. Yep. 1 minus 7 is negative 6. And x times x is x squared. Yes. So x plus 1 equals 0. X minus 7 equals 0. And x plus 1 minus 1 minus 1. So x is negative 1. Minus 7. And plus 7. So negative 1 or 7. Negative 1 or positive 7 are the answers. Find a common factor. Find a common factor. Well, let's write it down. This is this one and this one. So this one, I take a y squared out. And then y squared is y times y. What's left over? 3y plus 2. Over here, I take a 2y cubed out. So now you have 2 times y times y times y. 3y plus 2. There's also factors, but we're going to pick this one. 3y plus 2 is here. 3y plus 2 is here. Thus, a common factor is 3y plus 2. That's one of them. Alright, graph the radical equation. Alright, let's put some numbers in there. I chose these numbers right here. Try negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. Try 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 7. Try 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So we have negative 2, 0. You have 2 and 2. And we have 7 and up 3. And the graph continues that way. Find the average of A, B, C, and D. All right, so there's 2 lines right here crossing each other. And what do we know about this? This is 180. No, this is 180 and this is 180. All of it is 360 from geometry. So now we know that A plus B plus C plus D is 360. But the average means how many? 4 letters. So divide by 4, divide by 4. So A plus B plus C plus D divided by 4 is 90. So the average is going to be what? 90. 90 degrees, I guess. For what values is a function f of x equals x minus 1 over x squared minus 4 undefined? In other words, we know it's undefined if the denominator, the bottom part is 0. So set the bottom part, only the bottom part, equal to 0. So x squared minus 4, you rewrite it, x squared minus 2 squared. And using this formula here, difference of squares, a squared minus b squared. So it goes a plus b minus b. So that's going to be x plus 2, x minus 2. Set x plus 2 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0. So this one's going to give you x plus 2 minus 2 minus 2, so x is negative 2. Or x minus 2, add 2, so x equals 2. So we have x equals negative 2 or x equals 2. So this function is undefined for negative 2, x is negative 2, or x is positive 2. Solve the systems of equations. All right, so now notice the yellow parts. I have a 3 and I have a negative 1. So I'm going to get these two numbers here and flip them. I'm going to put 1, 1, 3, 3. Notice that there's a plus and a minus already there, so I'm just going to use positive number this time. Yes, positive numbers only. Because 1 times this and 1 times that, 3 times that, and 3 times that. So we're going to have 1x plus 3y equals 5, 6x minus 3y equals 9, after multiplication of this. And look at what happens now. We have 7x plus 0 is 14, 7x is 14, divided by 7, so x must be what? 2. Now I need to find the other answer, the y. So this one here, x plus 3y equals 5, substitute it in there. X is 2, put it in there. So 2 plus 3y equals 5, so 2 plus 3y equals 5, minus 2 on both sides, so 3y equals 3, divide by 3, so y must be 1. So now we know the two answers. The two answers are x is 2 and y is 1. Make sure you put the 2 and the 1. X is the 2 and y is the 1. Make sure you put that right order right there with the systems of equations. Find the average of A and B. Okay, A and B. There's two lines right there. A and B. This is 180 degrees always. So we know that A plus B is 180, but the average means get the two numbers, divide by 2, get the two numbers, divide by 2. So A plus B over 2 is, this divided by 2 is going to be 90. So A plus B over 2, the average is going to be what? 90 degrees. If the point AB is in the shaded area, in other words, not in these lines, not in the line, but it's in the yellow part right there somewhere. That means what happens? The answer is what? A has to be greater than 0 and B has to be greater than 0. In other words, to be in here, A has to be greater than 0 and B has to be greater than 0 to be in there. Or an example of the point, 1, 2. 1 and up 2 spaces. That means 1 is greater than 0 and 2 is greater than 0. So that's why I got this right here. So any number, any point AB that's in there, it's going to be A is greater than 0 and B has to be greater than 0. Alright. And hey, smart bird again, telling you, hey, you're smart. You're smarter now than always. You getting smarter every day. Yes, and math bird says, math is fun. Yes, the answer is always. Fractions, whatever, it's always fun. Surfboard. Broken surfboard again with all his Hawaiian stuff on and looking down for his pieces of his board. The surfboard is gone. The masked shark with the little bird right there, see it? So now, hopefully he finds us the parts. So it's, goodbye, broken surfboard, man. Math monster. Oh, is math fun or not fun? Math is fun. I say yes, it's fun. Holy cow! Double, triple more scary than the TSI. So count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it again. Ready? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7. So there's 7 and 7, huh? Or, I know the answer's in here somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7's in there, I guess. 7 and 7, there they are. All right, good luck in your TSI. This is Professor Alfredo Gil Alvarez Jr. Thank you again and good luck, good luck. Again, this is Professor Alfredo Gil Alvarez Jr. Thank you. Good luck, guys.